is that God reads vibration. He reads us. How are we vibing? How are we acting towards this certain thing? Do we look at it as a bad thing, or do we look at it as a challenge, as a good thing? Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your guy Rashad. Go ahead, follow my Instagram at CoolGuyShad. Go ahead, follow my reaction channel. Link is in the description. And as you see in today's title, bro, yes, this subject needs to be talked about, because a lot of people say things that they don't really mean. And then when the thing happens, or some type of things of that nature happens, then they act like they don't know why it's happening. But they low-key been possessing it on themselves internally. And sometimes they don't even have to actually say it. It doesn't even need to be said. It can be thought of so much that it takes place. You know what I mean? So I know everyone has had this feeling to look towards something, a vacation, or let's just use a vacation for instance. People usually look so much towards a vacation, and then when the vacation comes, they either take it for granted and don't really do the things that they thought they were going to be doing. Or this vacation, when they're there, it doesn't really feel like it's a vacation. Let me know if I'm making sense. It feels like they're just, of course, in this moment. And yes, they're in a different place. But internally, they don't feel like that they're on vacation. Why? Because now they're thinking about ahead. Now they're thinking about the day they have to leave. So now that they are thinking about that, they feel like that they gotta do so much stuff and have long, because they're here for this certain day. But this all goes back to how you feel. Again, when you feel like you're not in this present moment, you'll start to see yourself and just understand that you won't even understand at first, but you gotta understand once you start to look ahead. You're like, oh man, what are we doing tomorrow? And it just started. The day just started, or whatever. You get what I mean? Stop looking ahead. Yes, you have this vision. You have a vision of how the day is going to go, but the only excitement should be right now. You can be excited for tomorrow, yes. But the past doesn't matter, because that causes depression. The future doesn't matter at this moment, because that causes anxiety. You want everything to be correct. You're thinking about two things that have not happened yet. So the only thing you can control is the now. You control the internal. You control the external. I don't get why people end up not enjoying themselves because of how they thought about something. You get how crazy that is? You can have two people standing next to each other in the same spot, and one person can have this total different feeling than this next person in the same space, at the same location. How is that not crazy to you? But hey. And another thing is, bro, having no result every day when you are working, it placates towards the doubt, towards the fears that you have. Because if you truly believe that there is no results after working for every day, waking up every day, going to work every day, if you ain't doing the mind work, the breath work, the writing work, the praying work, the internal work, you're gonna feel like that. Because how you feel within is how you feel out. And a lot of things that I have noticed just within myself, when I was working so hard trying to just post dinner 20 times a day, I would put so many tasks on my plate. But yes, that's cool. But these are just extra things. As long as I focused on one thing, which is just posting one video a day, and I give it my best. This is my first video, so I'm giving it my best. I give my best for one thing, and everything else is just an add-on. It's like overtime. So look at it like that. But when you're doing that, when you're saying you're not seeing any results, and you still have this lingering fear in your head of you just working for no reason, you don't really align yourself with the outcome you want, because now you're going into the fear of the mind instead of the knowing of the mind. That's why I say you must be in alignment with everything you want. Trust it and let it go, because once you do that, everything else will happen for you. You won't trip about little things. You won't, because you know the internal work is aligned with what you are and who you want to be. Because this only moment is the one that we have. So everyone who is always like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Stop thinking of it like that. Stop creating a check-off list. Stop doing that. What you do is do the one thing, and everything else is overtime. Because once you feel like that, once you put it in that category of just overtime, it seems even better. Because now you're putting in more work, which is validating you even more, which is giving you more of a positive vibe throughout the day, internally and externally. Because you already did the one most important thing in the day. Everything else you could care less about, because you're detached from it. You know that you're aligned with everything else. You know that the universe will give you everything that you visualize. So, I just want you to imagine yourself with this dream lifestyle where everything is going great. Everything's going great. No bills, no nothing. And then I want you to think about something bad that could happen. Because a perfect life cannot become a perfect life without a bad side. Without some type of grinding period, some type of low vibrational feeling. And all I want you all to understand is that this great lifestyle comes with its bads too, comes with the negatives too. There cannot be positive without negative, negative without positive. You think that it's just only positivity? No. Adam ate the apple. We have badness in this world still. So understand that. But you still vibrate at the highest frequency you're at. And any time that something pops up, like an entity tries to just sit in your vision, And it's like you trying to throw me off. I get it. But you're not gonna do that because I won't allow you to. And that's another thing. People are not allowing things to happen. And what do I mean by this? You allow your work to do the internal work. So this video, I allow it to touch those and reach those who understand me and like me for me. Everyone has their own niche, everyone has their own audience, everyone gravitates towards some type of person with this personality. So I'm not forcing anybody to watch the video at this moment. You're just watching this video because we are internally locked in together. We understand each other. We understand that everything we love and desire has happened already. Our physical realm is just not caught up to it yet. But as long as we have it internally and keep it locked in, we know that it is going to happen and it has already happened. So we move with purpose. All we do is continuously go, even if the materials are invisible right now, the results are invisible right now. But all I want you all to know and understand again is that God reads vibration. He reads us. How are we vibing? How are we acting towards this certain thing? Do we look at it as a bad thing or do we look at it as a challenge, as a good thing? That's why I say stay optimistic as well, because a lot of people end up, they're saying, yeah, God this, God that, but their vibration, their thoughts on the inside are totally different from what they are saying and even what they're doing. Because if you were to read the Outwitting the Devil, you would not be participating in drugs and alcohol. So I advise you to go read it or go listen to the audiobook. Just go listen to it. You'll understand why I say you won't be drinking or start smoking. You understand? But I'll still love you for you. God will still love you for you, regardless. You will have your day that you will either stop because of the conscience is so loud, or you'll just press the mute button on the conscience and you'll just continuously drift away. Now, people might think that everyone who smokes and drinks is unsuccessful. That's wrong, because there are people like that are successful. So I want you to get across that it is the people that are very impactful that do this. And yeah, there's people that are impactful that still partake in those activities. But how do you believe their real self-talk is when they're doing this thing? You're like, yeah, I'm doing this, but I really don't want to. But I'm going to do it because I want to. You get what I mean? You can until you do it. But the fact that it's hard to not do it, that's why you're doing it. So technically, you're a fiend. Oh, no, I'm not no fiend. Oh, okay, sure. But bro, you gotta sacrifice something. You gotta sacrifice something. What do you believe is going to happen good in your life if you're not even about to sacrifice one thing? You can't sacrifice one thing, bro. For a certain amount of time at least. You gotta lock in. You have to, because there are people stepping up. There are people in line waiting to take the spot. There are people that are fiending, that are exhausting themselves, just trying to understand the universe, God, their self, and just wants it all. Continuously winning. But again, when you don't believe on the internal, the external only responds to the internal. So as long as you stay on your track, stay in your lane, you're not drifting over to other people's lanes, you're keeping your head straight. Eventually your lane is going to be, people are going to start trying to merge into your lane. Why? Because your lane is so straight. As they're on the side of you, they're like this. They looking like, what the fuck? What he doing over there? You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is bro, as long as you have your mindset on the correct outcome, everything will happen. Because there's a saying, a woman who had a flower shop, right? She had all of these flowers. She was doing so much work, marketing, posting, just all types of stuff, just to get people to the shop, the flower shop, right? And then she just said, you know what, forget it. And she just started every morning. She just looked at the flowers and just admired them and just prayed over them and just felt them feel so good, because they were her passion. They were something that she loved to do. She was just grateful to look at these flowers every day internally, and just saying to herself that the people that want these flowers will come. I'm not going to stress about it, but I'm just going to sit here and stare at these flowers because they're so beautiful. And what started to happen is that people started to come into the flower shop and just start purchasing. She started to get anonymous checks to upgrade. All from less of the marketing, more of the internal work. She just stood there in the morning just staring at the flowers. Didn't water them, didn't do nothing. Just stood there looking at them. So what is the message that you get out of that? Yes, it is the internal. So I love you all. Stay in alignment with your internal, so that your life won't be regretful. Your life will be successful as long as you are in alignment. I will continuously say this every day, because it took for me a whole year just to recognize that it's the alignment of my mindset that I'm ready now. I'm ready for my blessings. I'm ready for my abundance that is already within me to just continuously spread to others. And that right there is how you tap into the divine guidance, the divine clarity of moving with purpose, so that now you're moving with divine guidance. I just pray that those who don't believe as I believe, I I tolerate them. I bless them. May God bless everybody. I love you. Let's keep going. Let's keep working. Let's keep doing the internal work, because the internal work will help your personal development, will help you build your personal brand, do all of the work for yourself internally. In the external, the 3D world has no other choice but to start to shift into your mindset. So let's do it.